Hello, how are you doing today? So excited to be here with you this morning for our Finding Calm in the Chaos event. This is week 3 of our New Year Real You video series, which I'm just so excited to be sharing with you, where we're really digging in to the tips and tricks and tools that you really need to move forward this year feeling better than ever. And I'm just so excited to be sharing this magic with you today. I do have some notes to keep me on track, so you'll see me glancing from time to time to make sure that I stay on track, because my objective is always to be clear and concise and to give you the information in a way that you can really take it and do something with it, so that you can truly have the experience that you want this year, really moving joyfully through your days, really loving what you're doing every day, loving who you see in the mirror, really proud of how you're showing up, doing more of what you love with who you love. Here for it, excited for it, pumped to dig into all the things today. If you have any questions as we're going along, please feel free to put them into the comments. If I don't get to them during the live, I will get to them after. I am a 4/6 sacral generator, so I love to respond. I love to answer questions. I love to interact with you. So please flood the comments, invite your friends. Let's have a party. Let's really step into the joy that you're here to experience in 2025 so that you can truly thrive. So excited. Pumped. All right, so now that we've done the little intro, today we're talking about finding calm in chaos and really stepping into navigating the challenges of life with ease. Who feels like they could use some help navigating challenges in life with ease? There's this overarching theme that I see a lot, and it's one that I used to struggle with too, and something that I found myself saying and falling into again and again. And it was like this trap of life is hard and things are difficult, and it's a constant grind and it's a constant hustle, and trying to find joy in that can be really challenging. And so what I love about what we're going to be talking about today is that we're really going to step into more energy, more excitement, more joy, and show you how you can really navigate the challenges of your life with ease, without it feeling like it's overwhelming, without it feeling like it's too much. I'm just so excited for it. So there are so many options when it comes to taking care of you. Like, the world is full of options. We are in the information age where you can pretty much find out anything that you need to know about anything with a click of a button. But everyone has a different story, and everyone has a different way of doing things, and everyone has what they think is the right thing for you. And what I love about what I'm doing now is that, and the way that I've always done the work that I do, is always about personalizing the experience to you, because there is no one size fits all. You don't have to meditate to feel well. You don't have to do heavy lifting to feel good in your body. You don't have to do subconscious programming to feel amazing. Don't fall into the trap of thinking there's a certain modality that's going to set you free. That is not how you are intended to work. You are perfectly designed. Everything that you're experiencing now is meant to be part of your experience. Really try to anchor into that trust and knowing, even though it isn't something that you want, even if it isn't something that you want. Trust me, I've had a lot of things happen in my life that I wish didn't happen, but looking back, I can see why it did. And looking at my human design now, I can literally see this is what I was meant to be wise in. This is why I'm meant to experience the things I have experienced, is so I can share them to bring the collective forward, to bring you forward, to help you step into your next level with more ease and excitement and energy and joy. So really, I was the queen of rigid schedules and routines. Like when I started taking better care of myself, it was all about, okay, I need to be disciplined. I need to be motivated. I need to tap into this willpower. And it was like that in my life. It was like that in my body. It was like that in my business. It was across all the board. Like that's how I approached everything. It was like, I need to have some kind of structure. I need to have some kind of system. And that can be super supportive, but it's not for everyone. And really understanding that it doesn't have to be that way and it doesn't have to feel so hard. And taking care of you actually gets to be really simple. And it actually comes down to the very slight shifts that make really huge impact on your day-to-day. And we are really going to talk today about the number one shift that you can make that's really going to make a meaningful impact today. And like this is so important to me is to, and it takes practice and it's going to be an experiment. And we'll talk about that, but it will have an impact today if you can tune in to the wisdom that is already in your body. Everything that you need to know lives inside of you already. It is within you. And we've been talking about this consistently since the beginning of the New Year, New You video series. The first week was all about setting standards and your alignment and really getting clear on what it is that you want. Week 2 has really been all about following your unique energy type and strategy. So if you haven't seen those videos, I'd really encourage you to go back and watch them because we are leading one on top of the other. And then this week is all about making decisions quickly, easily, and that really speak to you and who you are and what you value and what's important to you. And I'm just super excited to bring that to you. So I was always relying on the motivation, the willpower, the discipline to get me through, and finding myself constantly stopping and starting, getting really frustrated by the fact that results weren't happening for me the way that they were happening for everybody else. Kind of wondering if there was something wrong with me. Like, what is wrong with me? Why can't I figure this out? Why isn't there why isn't the puzzle pieces that work for other people not working for me? Because they weren't in alignment with me. They weren't in alignment with my unique type. They weren't in alignment with my unique strategy. They didn't excite me. They didn't light me up. Like as a generator, I need to be very excited about the things that I'm doing. And it didn't excite me and it didn't light me up. So it's no wonder that I kept burning out and that I kept flaming out and nothing was working or sustainable for me. It was because I wasn't working with my energy. And so like my life was full of force and hustle and push. Sorry, my nose is running a little bit. And it was overwhelming and stressful and didn't feel good. And it was a constant grind. And I just you can't sustain that, right? Like you can't sustain being in that place again and again. I was the queen of burnout. I burned out every few months. And then I would go all in and start over. Like I reset and restarted over and over and over again. And it just gets to be so much easier than that when you understand that you have an inner compass that is literally guiding you to what's right for you. It's literally guiding you. It wants to help you. It is there to help you make decisions. It is there to help you make decisions quickly and easily and with clarity and confidence. And this was something that I wanted so badly. Like I felt like I had tried and failed so many things, which is actually a part of my design. The 6th line in my human design is the role model line. And the first phase of that line is to really try and fail a lot. And so I was using my design by trying and failing, but I was also trying to fit myself in someone else's box. And I really want to help you avoid falling into that trap, because you don't need to do things the way that other people do things. You get to do things in a way that feels really juicy and exciting for you in your body, following your unique design, following your unique inner compass. And so all the answers you're looking for when it comes to your life, your body, your business are all within you. It's within this inner compass. And this compass is your authority. So when you're looking at your chart, there's somewhere on that chart that tells you what your authority is. And so we're going to go through the different authorities and give a quick rundown of what they are, what they mean, and how they work, so that you can tap into your inner authority, to your inner compass, so that you can make decisions quickly, easily, with clarity and confidence. The beauty that comes from knowing you are making the right choice, of being able to shut down your mind and say to your mind, thank you, but you're not running the show. I am in charge. I am in charge of my destiny. I am in charge of how this goes. I am in charge of how this feels. And I trust my body to bring me to the answers is such a beautiful gift to give yourself. And so when you get to use your inner authority, that inner compass, with in conjunction with your type and strategy, you really become an unstoppable force. And life gets so much easier for you when you can lean into this gift and trust this gift and understand how it's meant to work for you. So everyone in authority is different. You can find it on your human design chart. So for mine, I'm a sacral, and I did speak a little bit about the sacral last week you can't not talk about the sacral when you're talking about generators and manifesting generators, because we have defined sacrals, and that's what makes us generators and manifesting generators. So I did talk a little bit about that last week, but we're going to dig into it a little bit more here today. But when you're able to tap into this magic, it really will set you free, and you will be moving joyfully through your days and doing more of what you love with who you love, having more fun, and getting more done. So let's just dig into this a little bit further. Who's excited? Who's excited? If you know your human design authority, please pop it down below. I would love to hear from you, to hear exactly what your authority is, so I can help you tune into it in the most beautiful way that really supports you in feeling better than ever. It's just amazing. All right, so we're going to start with the emotional solar plexus. And this is the center, so it's important to know what each center does to understand how each authority works. So each authority is linked to a center in the human design body graph. So there are 9 centers. There are not 9 authorities. So there are fewer authorities than there are centers, and we'll dig into that a little bit further. But they are each linked to a center. So the first one is the emotional solar plexus, and obviously that sounds like it would be attached to emotions and feelings, at which it is. And so 46% of the population actually have an emotional authority. They are designed to make decisions based on how things feel. And it is really based on what feels good. And this kind of goes against so much of what we're taught and so much of what we learn in school and by society and by our experiences, because we're taught that life doesn't always feel good, and that it's meant to be hard, and that it's supposed to be a struggle, and it's supposed to be a hustle, and the challenges help you grow. And while there are elements of that can strike a chord, the reason you believe it is because you're really focused on that. And so allowing yourself to question the things that you've believed thus far and asking yourself, is this really supporting me? Is this really helping me move forward? Is this helping me move forward joyfully with confidence and clarity? Am I living the life that I want by believing and anchoring into those things? Or is there something more for me to uncover by leaning into my authority instead? So, really leaning into, does this feel good, and really understanding your emotional wave. Because when you are an emotional authority, when you have that as your compass, then you have emotional waves, and they feel different depending on where, good morning, Shannon. They feel different depending on where, those channels are. Not digging into all the waves today. It's too much information. If you want that kind of depth, then I'll talk about some ways that we can dig into that further at the end of our live. But I just want you to understand that if you have this center defined, and if it is your authority, then you do have an emotional wave and part of your gift is learning and leaning into that wave and understanding how it feels in your body, so that you're not making decisions when you're really high or really low, but you're making decisions from a place that's very empowered for you. And so riding out your wave before you make a decision is really critical for you as an emotional authority. Really allowing yourself to feel through your wave. And generally you can do that within 24 hours. That's a nice rule of thumb so you get an idea for something, you're excited about it. If you're emotional authority, then wait 24 hours before you move forward. And if it still feels exciting, then go full steam ahead. That is how that is designed to work when you are an emotional authority. Yeah. So really it's about what feels really good in your body and what feels good consistently after the 24-hour window has passed. Where are my emotional authorities? Tell me if that resonates. I saw that, Shannon. It was so beautiful that you shared. Thank you for sharing so vulnerably. Do you know your human design authority? I would love to know if you know your human design authority. Super supportive in a lot of what we're talking about here today. So next up is the sacral, which is my type. So my authority. So I have a sacral authority as a generator. So this is only for generators and manifesting generators. We are the only ones that have sacral authorities, and not every generator or manifesting generator has a sacral authority. So it is so interesting when you have more things coming into play. So about 35% of the population has a sacral authority, and this is the center of desire and the center of life force energy. And this is where like your excitement and your joy and all those fun things live. And it is an instant response. It is a surge of energy. You feel it right away. Things are either a yes or a no right away in your body. It's a sound or a movement. If it excites you, go for it. If whatever has been put towards you excites you, then you are all in and go. And it is instant. This is the part that people get caught up in, because you can turn it on. Like you can turn on your authority. Your sacral authority, like you can work yourself up into being excited about something, but that's not how it's designed to work. It's an instant response. When someone asks you a question, your body instantly responds with a yes or a no. And so understanding and connecting to that sacral response is how you're designed to make decisions as a sacral authority. Then we have the spleen, which is the center of vitality and instinct. So it says on some short charts that you're a splenic authority. This is about 11% of the population that has a splenic authority. And this is like an instant knowing. It's very instinctual. It's a spontaneous voice. It isn't as strong as a sacral response. Like a straight sacral response is very strong. It comes right from the womb. It's like this flood of energy. But the splenic response is more subtle. And so it's kind of like a voice, a knowing, this is for me, this is what I do. Like it feels simple and easy in your body. And so like really asking yourself, how does this decision feel when you're presented with an option really helps you decide if that thing is for you. So that is how the splenic authority is designed to work. Then we have the ego authority, which is also known as the heart center, the will center. It's the center of motivation, willpower, all of those things. About 1% of the population has an ego authority. And it's really designed to follow what it wants. Like the ego knows what it wants. It wants what it wants because it wants it. And that's it. Like it just knows what it wants. And it can feel selfish because we're conditioned to believe that we're not supposed to be for ourselves, right? Like that we are meant to please the masses and that we're here to have this impact, but the impact is not exclusive of you. Like it's not to the service of everyone else, right? Like it is supposed to serve you first. Like your life is supposed to serve you first. And then when you're serving yourself first, that ripples out to the rest of the world. It's like you can't have the impact that you're meant to make if you are not giving to yourself. So this ego authority is really, it's either motivated or it isn't. It wants it or it doesn't. Like, do I want it or do I not? And if I don't, then I don't. Like, don't try to talk yourself into it. So it really is about following your desires and asking yourself, does this decision really feel empowered? Does it feel really good for me? That is how the ego authority is designed to work. Then we have the G center authority, which is the center of focus and direction. And so this is also called the self-projected authority. And it's only projectors have this authority. So you would have to be a projector in order to have that authority. So it's about 2% of the population who has this authority. And they're designed to follow the direction they desire. And the truth is expressed through who they are. So it's really designed to, is this who I am? Like, does this decision support who I am? Is this who I want to be? Like, is this really me? Does this focus, does this direction really feel like me? And they're really designed to speak it out to help them decide if it is the right decision for them or not. So because it is connected to the throat center, and the throat center is, of course, the center of expression and manifestation. So like really understanding, like speaking it out to help them decide if this is the right decision for them. Not to get anyone's feedback necessarily, but just to speak it out to get a sense of their own direction. That is how that authority is designed to work. Where are my self-projected projectors? Would love to hear from you. I don't actually think I've spoken to a self-projected projector yet. Would love to. It'd be so fun. Then lastly, well, no, not lastly. We still have two more. We have the mental authority, which is super interesting because I've already talked about how we're not designed to make decisions in our mind. Like that's how we're taught. That is how we're brought up. We're brought up in a school environment where we're taught to use critical thinking skills, really do a pro and con list, think about all the things, but your body knows the answer. And this is like what's so interesting. So mental authorities are designed to use their mental authority, but not necessarily their head. The head is for questions, not necessarily for answers. So this, the mental authority is when you have either a defined head, ajna, throat, like just those things are defined, and it can be one or a combination of those. So it's about 3% of the population. Sometimes it's called an environmental or no authority. And the decisions are based on logic and knowing. Like there's just this knowing based on logic, and they're kind of looking at the world around them for clues on what feels right for them. So it's really using logic and using the opinions and perspectives of other people to help them decide what feels good for them. And it does come down to still what feels good, what feels right. It's this knowing that comes, and they get to discern what's right for them by speaking it out. Very similar to the self-projected authority. So in real time and listening to your voice, and it's like, okay, how does this feel? Like, how does this feel in my mental authority? Like, how does this feel? And you're really observing. It's more of an observing thing. You're not taking on the opinions of other people. You're just observing how other people feel about it. And it's like, and then you get to, based on that, you get to decide how you feel about it. So what's really important with the mental authority, and so different from so many others, is that it isn't necessarily instant. You might take longer amounts of time than other people. So say like a sacral response is immediate. It's a yes or a no. Like a mental authority response is very different. Like you might need to take some time to figure out what feels best for you, what feels right for you. So really being patient with yourself and really having conversations with other people and searching for clues on how you feel about something is really going to support you in using this authority to your best advantage so that you can make aligned decisions for yourself that feel really incredible in your body. Because as a mental authority, you are feeling a lot of energy, very similar to a reflector, which we're going to talk about next. So when you only have the throat, the ajna, the head defined, or like only one or two of those defined, then you're feeling the energy of a lot of people around you. So really being able to use your logic and knowing to help you make decisions by observing the world around you and writing out all the things that are happening in your body is really going to be supportive for you. And so the last up is the lunar authority, and this is for reflectors only. So only reflectors work with this kind of authority. Reflectors have no defined centers. We talked about that last week in our video. So all their centers are undefined, and so they feel the energy of everything, of everyone, because when you have undefined centers, you receive a lot of energy from those centers. So like you're sampling the energy of other people. So reflectors are really meant to sample all that energy throughout a lunar cycle. So, and you're receiving consistency and clarity on what feels good for you throughout that cycle. So it's like, what consistently feels best here? What consistently feels like me? Because you are sampling so many people's energy, it can sometimes be hard to discern what is yours and what is somebody else's. So like reflectors really need to take that time and really lean into, okay, what feels best for me in this situation? So waiting a whole lunar cycle, like the 28 days, to really observe and feel into the decision and waiting for, okay, what is consistent? Like over this 28-day period, what was consistently true? What am I consistently excited about before you move forward on that decision? It's so beautiful. Like it's so amazing when you get to understand how it works, how yours works, how you can lean into it. And living by your authority really requires trust. It requires trust in your body. It requires the ability to move the head energy that tries to overwhelm you and say, no, my decisions aren't coming from my head and my mind. My decisions are coming from my body, from my inner compass, from my authority. I trust that I'm perfectly designed, and I trust that this is the right way forward for me. And it's a little bit, your human design, like living by your human design is an experiment. It takes time to decondition from the way the world told you to be and the way that the world told you to make decisions. And it takes time to trust it and to believe in it and to really anchor into it. But when you do, there is this confidence and clarity that you have never experienced before that is so incredibly nurturing and juicy and fun. And like, I seriously felt like I searched my whole life for clarity, and the minute that someone introduced me to human design, it's like it all clicked into place for me. And it didn't take, and I mean, it's taken time. I've been doing this embodiment journey for almost 2 years of my human design. So it's taken me time to trust fully in it. But now that I have gained that full trust and have come away with the evidence of, yes, this works. And yes, this feels amazing. And yes, this makes life easier. And yes, this makes life more exciting. And yes, this makes life more joyful. And there's this, I can't even explain, there's not enough adjectives to explain it. It's so affirming. And it's this, I don't have to listen to what anyone else says unless it feels really exciting to me to lean into that space. And not from a stubborn point of view, not because I've learned everything else, but because I have something inside of me that is going to guide me to what's right for me every single time. So there's no questioning if this makes sense, if this is for me, if this is the right way for me to go. My body knows, and I trust my body to tell me. And that is so beautiful. Like that is so, to have that trust in yourself, to have that confidence in yourself, to have that clarity is just so amazing. But you really want to be compassionate with yourself when you're going through your human design experiment, when you've decided that, yes, this makes sense. And yes, this sounds like something I want to explore. And yes, this is something that I want for myself. Really being compassionate with yourself as you lean into your experiment, really being deeply connected to your body. You cannot tap into this authority unless you are deeply connected to your body and what it's saying to you, which is why so much of what the work that I do is connecting you. It's bringing you back to your truth. It's bringing you back to who you really, really are. And it takes a dedication and a belief and a faith in the process, in yourself, and support is really helpful, which is why I have created your divine design, which I talked about last week. And I'm going to be talking about a ton more in the weeks ahead. We're beginning that program on February 25th. And it's not a program, it's an experience. It is a journey. It is your journey that you get to step into your divine design. You get to step into who you truly are and how you're meant to move and interact in this world. And you get to break free of that hustle and grind and that force and push that has been leading you so far, and really anchor into the trust in your body, really getting deeply connected to how you're meant to make decisions, and turning on all your gifts and leaning in with complete faith and trust. It is so, so beautiful. And so that is why I've created your divine design. That is what we're doing in your divine design, is a 90-day embodiment experience meant to connect you more deeply to your body, to your inner authority, to your type and strategy, to the wholeness of your chart. But we're starting with type, strategy, authority, and I'll unveil one more piece next week in our next video, which I'm super excited about. And we're going to be digging really deeply into this and how to use it and how to move with it. And you'll have a support system when it's feeling kind of wonky, when you're energetically wobbly, when it's like, I don't know, like it feels weird, it feels uncomfortable, because it will feel uncomfortable. You're used to doing things a certain way. You've been doing things a certain way your whole life. So switching it to a different way of being can be really uncomfortable in your body. So having a supportive environment and people who understand and can support you through it is so valuable. Like, I would not have had as much success in embodying my design without the support that I've had throughout it. And I still am getting supported in my embodiment journey, because it's never over. The work is never done. Like, it gets better and more exciting and more joyful all the time, because you're learning more, you're doing more, you're stepping into the most empowered parts of yourself. You're releasing the things that are no longer for you. You're cleaning up your energy. You're opening up your capacity. You're expanding your experience. Who's here for it? Who's excited? The price is phenomenal. It is so, so good. And the price will be going up before we begin. So if it is something you are considering, if it is something that is on your mind and heart, please do not wait. That is not me like trying to force you into a fast decision. Use your authority to guide you to this decision. Like, use your authority to guide you and say, yes, this is for me. Like, this decision can be made by using your authority. So, so exciting. Like, so exciting. I think that's it. Once you nail this, once you are able to step into your type, your strategy, your authority, and again, that one more piece that we're adding next week, you will find calm in the chaos, because you have full faith and trust in you, in your body, in your response, in what's right for you. And when you can have that kind of concrete confidence, it's such a beautiful thing. Do we have any questions? I am happy to answer any. If you have any, please put them down below. Please invite your people into this space. If you are finding value here, if this is helping you, if you find it interesting, if you know someone who is trying to take better care of themselves this year, then please invite them in. This is a community that is meant to uplift you and support you. And I'm again going to invite you to be engaged in everything that's in here, because it is so, so, so beautiful and so empowering, and and the more that you lean into this space, the more you're going to get from it. Because again, as a 4-6 sacral generator, I am at my best when I'm responding to you, when I have something to respond to. And so the more that you engage with what I'm putting out there, the more I can support you and give you the tools, the tips, the tricks that you need to move forward feeling better than ever. Who's excited? I'm excited. I am. I'm so excited. All right. That's it. That's it for me. Thank you so much for being here with me, Shannon. I appreciate you so much. I am going to I'm going to go back through your comments and see if there's anything that I need to answer. I will put your divine design information into the comments. I will also put in the genetic matrix chart builder. That's where you go to get your free chart if you don't know your human design. And I would love for you to share your design with me if you feel called for it, and I will give you a tip on how you can up your energy today using your divine design. That's it for me. Have the most incredible day. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here, and we will be chatting again